Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. Oh my God, I'm so inspired to play with makeup. Oh my God. So a couple of days ago, I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across this insane makeup creation by Nicole Tate. And Nicole created this look where one of her eyes was upside down. This is full on Ariana Grande meets Stranger Things meets the beauty community right now. Everything is upside down. At first, I wanted to do an Instagram post recreation of this look, but then I was like, you know what? I know that the minute I post that post, a lot of you guys will wanna know how I did it. So I figured why not do an actual tutorial on it as well. It might not be an actual tutorial, it's just me trying this trend and trying to nail it, and I might fail. So just sit down and go along with the ride. And I do want to mention that Nicole was inspired by Trevor J. Barrett, who I believe is the originator of this, but I have seen this sort of makeup going around before with Promise Fan, and there's a lot of Instagram accounts that do this type of work. So today I was just so super duper inspired by the art of makeup, by just sitting down, getting creative, and making an optical illusion. There's a spider on the ceiling. So today, that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna play with my makeup, try and recreate Nicole and Trevor's look, and see if I can turn my eye upside down. Okay, just and reverse it. Okay, so when I look at Nicole's look and Trevor's look, I see that obviously, because this is gonna be turned upside down, the brow is now gonna be here, which that's already giving me stress because I'm like, how are you even gonna draw a brow? Like, that's stressful. The first step, of course, would be to block out your natural brow. So that is, I feel like, step number one in our flip it and reverse it upside down eye look. Now, the last time I blocked my brows out was with a drag tutorial, which is long ago. So let's see if I can still do this. We're whipping out the Elmer's school glue. So I'm going against the growth of the hair into the brow to get the glue everywhere, and then just kind of doing that. Oh my God, I suck at this. And then I take a spoolie and I brush it flat against the skin upwards. When you brush up, it will stick to the skin the flattest, as opposed to brushing down or to the side. Going over top of that with more glue to really get it on there. Make it flat against the skin. So now you want to let this dry and then apply another layer. I look like an evil Disney villain. Save the kingdom, burn it. Okay, layer number 2. Also letting that dry. And now with a powder puff and some loose powder, you want to set it so it stays in place. Really press it in that powder to take down any of that stickiness from the glue and set that brow. And then with a brush, you gently want to remove the excess powder from the face. So you're left with a beautifully set, vanished brow. Okay, now would be the perfect time for foundation, concealer, all of that good stuff, but I do recommend using a sponge as opposed to a brush. If you would go in with a brush to apply your base products now, chances are that when you get to the vanished brow, you will start to erupt the base and give it friction, which will make the brow hairs come loose again. Don't want that. They're nice and secure. They're nice and tucked in right now. You want them to stay like that. So I recommend using a sponge so you can just glide, bounce, tap over top of that brow to make it stay in place. But of course, before foundation, it's time for primer, and I'm gonna go in with this one right here. This is by Farsali. This is new. This is called the Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. Skin Tune, Face Tune. I see what you did there. I like it. This is my first time trying it out. I believe I saw Jackie use this before. Oh, that looks like something else. That just looks a bit wrong, doesn't it? It feels like a sort of velvet layer on top of the skin, but I'm not seeing a lot of A little bit of blurring, but nothing like major. For foundation today, I'm using the Fenty Beauty one, plus a little bit of the ColourPop No Filter. Oh my God, Pro Filter, no filter. And I'm just gonna bounce this into the skin to get us nice and flawless. Time for some much needed concealer. These bags, they ain't designer. And then I'm also softly pushing it onto the vanished brow. All right, so I feel like getting that base down is one of the most important parts of this look because you want your brow to look like actual under eye. So now it's time to focus on the eyes, and I feel like let's do the most comfortable part first. I'm just gonna do this brow, gonna do this eye, gather my thoughts on what kind of look I wanna do, and then the real challenge comes up where we have to do the same, but then upside down. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my natural brow, but just filling them in, as I always do. Now, of course, you also want to keep in mind that you don't want to make this brow too complicated because you're gonna have to do it here too, without any hair to trace. Ta-da! So we have the first natural brow done, and I just want to focus on finishing up this eye first before I focus on the craziness that is the upside down. So what's for eyeshadow? Okay, so the palettes I want to be playing with today are this one by Makeup Revolution, XO. Oh, they teamed up for another palette. This is called the Extra Spice. This palette right here. Hello, baby, this is so good. And then also my heart has been beating faster for this new Pat McGrath Labs one. This is insane. This shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, all of the shades, insane. I wanna team these two up today to really play with them. So let's just sit down and have some fun with this one. The first color I wanna go in with is this one right here. This is called Mulled Wine. And I'm first just stamping this onto the outside of my lid to get the pigmentation going and to get that color pay off. And then we'll focus about the shape and the blending after. I want to go for this sort of like smoky cat eye almost, because I feel like if you make it a bit more graphic, it's easier to replicate because graphic and graphic is easier. Well, maybe no, because soft and soft equals soft. What am I even saying? I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like if you do something graphic, it just translates better in a photo when you do it upside down, because it's like, oh, it's the same look, you know, it's graphic. And whereas I feel like when you do soft, it might be too soft. I don't know. I know it's looking all types of crazy right now, and it might still look all types of crazy in the end, but have trust in the process. Okay, as a nice transition, I'm looking at either this one or that one. And then taking a bit of the yellow, which is called Vitamin C, to buff out even more. Okay, now moving on to the Pat McGrath palette, and I want to go in with this shade right here. This is total and utter magic. Ooh, I might even want to go in with this, the one at the top, because it's like a green pink duochrome. It looks green here, and then when you shift it, see, it's pink. So I might want to pop that like right here. I'm tapping it onto the inner third of the lid. That's insane. That lid shade is nuts. Who would have thought that I'm obsessing over something that has a green reflection? In real life, this looks like magic. Okay, on the lower lash line, a little bit of that mulled wine color, only dragging it in like 1/3. Okay, so since I don't want to make it too easy for myself, I'm gonna add a wing, which means I'm gonna have to do an upside down wing on the other side. You know, but nothing crazy. I just want a nice little baby wing that says, I am here to party, but I'm leaving at 1. Boom! Okay, some lashes and this eye is done. Alrighty, time for the most challenging part of this look. The upside down. Welcome to Stranger Things. Oh my God. Oh, wow. This is so confusing. If my brow starts here and I drag it down, it should start around here. I am literally about to draw an eyebrow on my cheek. Well, how was your day today? Well, it was great. I drew an eyebrow on my cheek. Arch should be around here. So that should be around this area. Oh my God, this is gonna be horrible. Okay, so, oh my God, this is so weird. Can I just, what if no. Oh my God, we're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, this feels wrong. Oh, this is horrible. Okay, filling in. Oh my God, who thought the day would come where I would spoolie my cheek? Okay, I'm drawing in hairs. Okay, now I would carve out with concealer. Okay, so I feel like the brow is on. I can always fine tune it a little bit more later, but now let's focus on the eyeshadow portion. This is gonna be very interesting because usually you aim for your crease. Right now I don't have a crease. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of primer on my under eye and my cheek. Okay, going back in with my palette. This is where I started. This was my lid. I wanted a smoky lash line. So this is now my lash line. Orange shade to blend. Oh my God, what am I doing? See how differently the shadows are grabbing onto a different surface? Same primer, same everything, just different skin, and look how different it applies. Going in with the orange, using it as a transition, and trying to mimic what I did on the normal side. Okay, the yellow, which is, oh my God, how am I gonna do that? Now looking back, I definitely wish I went for soft, not as graphic. I bit myself in the ass there. Okay, now it's time for that beautiful Pat McGrath lid. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, then the top lid, the top lash line, obviously, now would be the lower lash line. And remember, we only went about a third in. So try and mimic that. Now something that I highly regret, the wing. And I also highly regret doing it on the inner corner too. Oh my God, this is what nightmares are made of. Time to put a lash on, upside down. Okay, so I just figured out that you need 2 of the same lashes. When you flip up the lash that originally is gonna go on this eye, the end is gonna go on the beginning of the eye. So you want 2 left eye lashes if you're doing your right eye. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa. I think it's time to do the cheeks now. Okay, now that the eyes are done and I'm looking at my monitor, I'm freaking out. It is time for cheeks. And for cheeks, for this side, of course, we're gonna follow our natural contours, but for here, our forehead is gonna be our cheek. Okay, let's just start off with a little bit of bronzing to see what happens. I know the overall effect is for just solely the eye to look flipped, but I do think I wanna give this portion here a little bit of shading, because if I don't, it's just gonna look, I already have a 7 head. If I don't, it's gonna look like I have the longest chin. Contouring. I mean, the more I'm finishing up on the base, the more this look is pulling together, and the more I'm thinking I should have been cast for American Horror Story Freak Show, because this is our freak show look, honey. time for highlighter. This is gonna be everything. Okay, time to finish with lips, and we're done. And we're done. And that, guys, concludes this crazy upside down eye makeup tutorial inspired by Nicole and Trevor on Instagram. And it just reminded me of how fun makeup can be. There literally are no limits to makeup. If you want to flip your eye upside down, you now can. I had so much fun with this one. It totally brought me back to spending the night with my brushes, and that sounded wrong. It totally brought me back to those nights where I would just play with makeup endlessly and just get creative. And sometimes I just miss sitting down and playing with makeup. So I'm really happy that I got to do that today in today's video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you are recreating this, please tag me on Twitter or on Instagram or wherever you're gonna share it. Just tag me. I wanna see recreations. I think this could be such a cool new thing. And yeah, if you enjoyed watching this creative makeup tutorial, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more, and of course subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you so much. I love you so much, and I am going to scare my neighbors. Be right back. Bye.